baby! Let's go! It's time! Cincinnati, we gon' rise and up. In the jungle, we unite and up. Trippin' orange and black and white. Who day when we fight? Live and die in these stripes. Now who gotta move rockin' on? Now who wanna move crossing on? Now who wanna move out on? If you got stripes and you let the city know you rock 'em, yeah, we got 'em, yeah, we fought 'em. Like that black and orange up on 'em. Finger bottle, never stop it. So the beast and know 'em. Who they rockin' with the diamond stripes? Flossin' on the ring. Cincinnati, she's our queen. We gon' show the world who king. Orange in the day, black in the night. Stripes in our veins, sparks gonna fly. The beast is awake, orange, black and white. Cause when the jungle come alive, who day we ignite and
Welcome to Bengals and Brews on a Victory Monday. I got to wear it. Woo-hoo.
Class eaters.
Who they?
Hey.
Who they think gonna beat Jake Browning? Nobody.
Buddy.
This motherfucker's undefeated in the NFL. Did you know that?
He lost his Steelers chop.
Oh yeah.
Jake the Husky Brown.
I'm talking about starting after the Steelers. He's undefeated in the NFL.
Yeah, he had to readjust himself there, but God damn it, I love this.
That was a practice game, man. The Steelers.
That was his preseason, even though he
That was preseason.
played
Jake
preseason.
Browning's preseason. In his
I love
regular
this,
season
and I-
NFL, he's undefeated.
Hey, I'll take it.
He looked good. You guys were at the game, so I know both of you hopped in for a little bit yesterday, not real long. Dusty, a shout out to him from Houday Army for hopping on.
Thank you,
with
Dusty,
me.
for neglecting your family for
Appreciate
2
it.
hours.
Dusty. Hey, but no, I was telling Dale this and Dusty this chop. What percent of Colts fans? I said 40%.
No way. I would say 25 to 30. There was
Okay,
a
maybe
lot,
I was
though.
exaggerating.
There was a lot.
That's still a lot, when
Yes.
you think. Like, that's a lot, but it is, like, very close. I feel like a lot of our fans traveled to that game. It's a quick, easy road game to go to at an opposing stadium, so.
Also, let me say this. With the most respect, our fans are a bunch of dumb fucks. Jesus Christ. What the fuck? This guy comes out, balls out Monday night, and everybody still gives up. Everybody sells their tickets. They give up. They don't come to the game. And I'll bet you it's no different on fucking Saturday. Saturday's going to be ghost town too.
Well, with the exception, like with people like that we know personally, I'll say this. When people switch from Saturday to Saturday, Sunday, that threw a lot of people off because they have events that were planned. I understand where some people are ticked off. Now, for me, it works out personally because I love Saturday. I'm happy it's on a Saturday. But a lot of people have stuff scheduled, shop. I could see where some people had to sell their tickets.
I know who you're talking about, but I'm saying in
Yeah,
general.
he called me out, Joe.
I know, I'm trying to be nice.
Yeah.
The roommate don't have a job right now, and money's pretty tight. So.
I'm just saying, like, people gave up on the team when Joe got
they
hurt.
did.
And I'm not saying I wasn't one of them, man. I wasn't thinking, my thoughts were not right. You know what I mean? But Jake Browning went out there and fucking balled out on Monday night. And then I even said, the jury's out. He had a shit game. He had a great game. Where's Jake Browning at? And yesterday he had another great game. The man's throwing 78 fucking %.
Yeah.
So to point that out, I did a little.
Joe Burrow doesn't throw 78%. I'm not saying Joe Burrow,
All right.
Jake Browning over Joe Burrow. I'm just saying over 3 games, the fucking numbers, Jake Browning's numbers are better than Joe Burrow. And nobody's coming to the fucking game, and he's winning.
Last 2 games, 50 of 61, 629 yards passing, 314 and a half yards per game, 82% complete percentage, 3 TDs, 1 interception, and a QB rating of 119.1. Ew.
Add a couple rushing touchdowns to it as well
That's
in the
true.
last
Yeah.
2 games.
That's the sprinkles on top, man. I mean,
He is the man that got us a Tutty Huddy.
yeah. I mean, can we? I don't think we expected this at all.
No, God, no. Who expected this, man?
I mean, like, you know what? You know who this makes a lot good? Zach Taylor. For everybody out there criticizing Zach Taylor right now, I talked to a couple buddies of mine today that were very harsh on Zach, and they're like, "Look, we can't be hard on him anymore." Zach Taylor, man.
Hard
I mean,
on.
I knew that was coming.
He said hard on.
Yeah.
I can get hard on Zach.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I tell you yesterday.
Well, a lot of people are getting hard on Zach right now, the way he's coaching and all that and stuff.
Well, I think Dustin had a good point too. Like, this is very similar to the Rams offense, the deep crossers, the play action, screen passes. It's a lot of the success that they had, and then he's had Joe Burrow, who's a little different system, but you don't pass up with Joe Burrow. Who they rob, even feel bad for you got to work for Greg every day.
Right, no shit, man.
Nah, he loved it. He had a good time in lot 1 and all that. But no, you know what? That's interesting because I was talking to Cap in Strawberry Show. Actually, it was like a week ago. And he said him and Santora were talking. Are they trying to incorporate the LSU offense or the Rams offense? That's a good question. That's interesting you brought that up.
Yeah, I think they were trying to cater more toward Joe and what he did at LSU. And, Zach's kind of getting back to what he does a little better almost with Browning. But I think there's room for Joe to mix more into this game. Joe is talented enough, smart enough that he can run this same offense and just as well. So some people are like, oh, my God, Jake Browning got better than Joe Burrow.
I can't remember who said it, but somebody was like, and I don't even know if it was on the show yesterday, Dale, or not. I was riding on such a fucking high.
Been a literal high.
They were saying that Jake Browning's doing better because he doesn't he just runs the play that's called in instead of switching out to the option.
Well, that's funny you say that because me and a buddy of mine were talking. Is it Joe was calling the plays, or was it Zach that was calling the plays? Before
It's probably
Joe,
a mixture. It's probably a mixture. I think they've catered the offense to Browning's strengths, and I still like the screen game. It worked against the Colts because they had all those sacks. Which shout out O-line, the glass eaters, security like Greg's got there. Shirt on, 0 sacks, man. That's awesome. That's the first time that we've given up 0 sacks since week 3 of 2021.
Damn. Now,
so it had been it was the second most without allowing 0 sacks. It was like 40-some, 50-some games. It was like 42 games or something like that.
Well, the Colts are no walk in the park defensive line either.
No, they had 42 sacks, 21 in the last 4 games.
Exactly. That's what we were fucking talking about. Me, you, and Derek Dale is the sacks over the last 2 games, 21 sacks over 2 games. 4. It would have been even worse if it was 2, but still over 4 games, 21 sacks, and then yesterday 0. I was going to bring up the point, though, that while this is all going on and we see what is successful on the field, who's right there on the fucking sideline holding a clipboard, helping out and seeing everything that's going on?
Yeah, Burrow, man. Exactly.
Yeah, he's not sitting in the luxury box. It was cold as fuck yesterday. He's right there on the sideline with his guys.
And speaking of luxury box, shout out to Joe Burrow for giving Browning's family his luxury suite. It just shows you what he's doing off the field and all, like what he's doing, how he's contributing on the sidelines and helping out with Browning's family. But I want to point out something for the Bengals offensive line. They have the second lowest pressure rate allowed in the NFL the last 2 weeks. The interior offensive line has been the best trio in the NFL over that same span per Andrew Russell for pass grade. I mean, it's just been incredible.
Well, it's like I've always said, Cordell Volson's the answer 100%.
Willie Lutz.
Never doubted him.
No. Best left guard in the fucking NFL.
No. Over the last 3 weeks, among 74 other guards, this is for Willie Lutz, Volson ranks first and 0, tied for first, 0 sacks allowed, tied for fourth when pressure, 5th in guards, 99.5 pass block efficiency, 13th and 78.5 PFF pass block, tied 14th, 73.8 Pro Football Focus and offensive grade, and for run blocking, tied 23rd and 68.0. I mean, just incredible.
We better sign him to a long-term contract too this offseason.
Yeah. Offensive line's just kicking ass, bottom line.
They are coming together, man.
Yeah.
I'll toss in Ted Karras last 4 games because this is a
PFF
stat that I had written down. Then I saw you had it too, but I'll go ahead and mention it. The last 4 games for Teddy at center, 142 pass blocking snaps, only 2 pressures allowed, 0 sacks. So not only Walter Payton Man of the Year nominee, but he's getting it done on the field. And he's got, I think, he's got 1 more year left on his deal. I wouldn't mind if they added a year like they did with Trey on Ted, because I don't think he's going to slow down.
Which is going very well.
And I'll tell you right. I know it sounds fucked up, but from personal conversations I've had with Ted Karras when we've been out with him, I think that dude, he wants to stay in Cincinnati. He really loves his city. His wife was saying that after they retire, they want to plant roots here in Cincinnati. So, I mean, the Bengals go up with him with a decent offer that's not a slap in the face. I'm sure that he'll stay.
Well,
Are they having a kid, or did I dream that?
No, they were talking about having kids.
I
don't
swear,
know.
you what,
She
dude? I've done
definitely
this
looks
before.
pregnant.
I've done this before, and like then the person's been. So Ted, you're probably gonna be a follower. If that hasn't happened yet, if I have a dream about it. It usually happens.
Hey, congratulations, Ted Carey.
Yeah.
Congratulations, Ted. You don't know it yet, or maybe you do.
Congratulations on the new son or daughter, Ted.
But you're having a kid soon. I don't know. I had a dream about it.
So Dale,
So there was a picture with her and Jess, and you know Ted's wife is a string bean anyway, and she definitely had a little baby bump on her.
I didn't even see that.
If she didn't, you're about to get fucked up by Ted Karras for calling his wife fat, Derek.
Yeah, you said
You better put that
fucking
fucking you better put that fucking mask back on Saturday so he can't find your ass.
I'm gonna clip this and tag him and DJ Reader just in case DJ wants to pass it along or kick Derek's ass.
Yeah.
Let me help you fellers out because I'll be 52 in February. There's one thing I learned: if you see a baby's leg hanging out of a woman's vagina, don't ask her if she's pregnant. Don't fucking do it. Oh.
Yeah, Chop even had some other stuff. He had like some heated stuff in it.
Heated gloves.
Yeah, heated gloves. Look at the that was great. Also, maybe it already happened. Yeah, I was trying to post this up.
Yeah.
Oh my God!
I didn't do it the second time. Here, everybody hands off. Here we go.
Oh my God! I did it! Announced on Instagram. So apparently Ted is having. Congratulations,
Ted.
Congrats, Teddy.
Those two are going to be good fucking parents.
Oh yeah, for sure. So maybe I did see it and it wasn't a dream. So.
And I'm going to win that fishing trip.
But to add on what Joe Goodberry said, he said what has changed over the last 2 weeks. The Bengals have only asked their offensive line to true pass set on 26% of their total pass snaps. Can you elaborate what that means?
Hold on, you'll have to ask again because I saw this comment and I had to put it up from our buddy Karen. Does Jennifer have the weight? So anybody that's on Twitter knows who he's talking about.
Right. Yeah.
Does she know the weight of the baby already?
Right.
That's the real question. All right, Greg, what was that again?
So Joe Goodberry says over the last 2 weeks, the Bengals have asked their offensive line to true pass set on 26% of their total pass snaps.
So maybe this is where the run pass option and stuff like that don't count. I don't know, Greg. True pass sets 100%. I'm not 100% sure on. Okay. I can't imagine we're RPOing that much.
He has a bunch of examples here, but I don't know if we have time to talk about them all. So.
Yeah, it is Matt's mom.
It is Matt's mom.
Matt's mom's fucking nuts, dude.
Right. She'll be in the fucking delivery room. Like Ted won't even know, but she's gonna put on one of them fucking nursing outfits and walk in there. Probably check her cervix and shit like that. And put it on fucking Twitter. Like she's dilated right now at 6 centimeters.
So we praised the offensive line a lot. Let's continue down that path and let's talk about the run game along with it. Because the run game's just been spectacular. I'm sure Greg has some stuff here too. But I just want to say, like, Chase Brown, man, with the Thunder and Lightning, it's huge for us. He gives us that added dimension. And I know the screens, both guys, we had a 54-yarder, we had a 40-some-yarder, and we had another 25-yarder. Two of those by Chase Brown, one of those by Joe Mixon. Chase Brown at 22.05 miles per hour on-field speed, second highest in the NFL this year behind DK Metcalf. And Chase Brown in the past 2 games, 166 yards from scrimmage on 20 carries. Has completely came in and between the run and pass game with his explosiveness, changed the whole offense to me. Like gives us another dynamic, another explosive guy that the teams have to watch out for when he's in there.
Best combination since Gio Bernard and Jeremy Hill that 1 year, I thought.
When Joe Burrow went down, everything changed. Like they didn't play Chase Brown a whole lot. Joe Burrow goes down. Chase Brown's in the game.
Yeah. So
you know what I mean?
Yeah. Last 2 games, Mixon and Brown combined, rushing, 95 yards rushing per game, 4.3 yards per carry. Receiving wise, 87.5 yards receiving per game and 14.6 yards per reception. And I mean, that's exactly what you want right there with those two. I mean, that is just incredible.
Yeah, and Dustin here says, 408 combined yards. And even just that game, so we had 385 yards of total offense. Chase Brown and Joe Mixon combined had 230 of those 385. So, well over half of our yards by two guys in the rushing and receiving game. And huge, right? Because we weren't getting that production from the running backs. It was a big missing part. I mean, Jamar Chase had like 29 yards yesterday, and we handedly won a game.
Yeah.
By 20 points, 34-14. With the backup quarterback, and we were able to do that with our run game. Did anybody have that?
Hell no.
A couple weeks ago, would you thought that was going to happen?
No, I wouldn't. A couple weeks ago, it wouldn't have mattered what we had. I didn't think we were going to win a game. You know what I'm saying? We're putting in the backup.
Yeah, Karen. So only running 8 times a game is a bad game plan? ? Yes. Yeah, I just think, man, if they could have got Chase going, we should have easily beat the Steelers here, and that we'd be where the Browns are solidly in the playoffs instead of tied with everybody else right now. So that's a little brutal, but
34 points, and they only had 7 catches.
That's the trio. Yeah, our 3 receivers.
That's a good stat.
Yeah, that's and Jake Browning, he's getting the ball to everybody.
Yes.
He's got good vision, right?
Well, another thing is, it didn't even seem like he threw for 274 yards. I mean, when you play it safe at times, sometimes it works. When you're the quarterback, if you play it safe, you could get more than trying to go deep all the time.
And you know what, though? I thought, because we talked about this in preseason, how you get a change of pace quarterback with Jake Browning coming in because he runs around a lot, but he does not run around near as much as Joe Burrow.
Very similar to Burrow. Is that fair to say?
I mean, he runs less than Joe Burrow. You know what I mean?
I don't know. I mean, I think they're different, and I think I'd just like to see Joe with this offense more because we know how good Joe is too. But yeah, Jake, I'd like to see more rollouts. I thought we kind of dialed back on the rollouts this week, and I'd like to see that more. But I understand, the Colts, they knew the Colts was going to bring it, so the screen game wasn't going to be there. Now, against the Vikings, Ivan Pace, those guys, this is a game where I would flip it. I would fake that screen game, and I'd be hitting some downfield shots.
Yeah.
Because you know that their linebackers and everybody's going to have their eyes in the backfield, even if it's not a handoff for the run game, thinking screen, because we've ran so many the last couple of weeks. So I'm really looking at this Vikings game. Maybe this is a time that we can hit more shots. And we still, T had the one. And if Browning throws a better ball, T walks in to the end zone on that one. But T made a hell of an adjustment and a hell of a catch still.
I'm just saying, the receivers that we have, it's good that we have them because, yes, Jake Browning is not as accurate as Joe Burrow. His ball's a little bit sloppier. I mean, it's there, but the receivers need to.
He's got sloppy balls?
He's got sloppy balls. I'm saying they're not super sloppy. I'm just saying, they're not as pretty as Joe's. They're not right. He doesn't land it on a fucking dime. He takes a $50 piece. You know what I'm saying? He still gets it there. But the receiver needs to make.
So he has nice balls. They're just not as nice as Joe Burrow's balls.
Exactly. His balls are not as nice as Joe Burrow's balls.
That's fair.
Yeah, but I tell you what, can we all agree on this? I'm like Trey Hendrickson. I think it's fair to say we got a little frustrated. I mean, that was the one time the roughing.
No, I was mad. There was so much hate on that man for that penalty, and I'm like, God damn it!
Because that changed the whole momentum.
It was a weak fucking call. Number one, and number two, I want Trey to be an aggressive player.
Yeah,
he's back there. His momentum kind of carried him into the guy. But people were hating on him, and I'm like, man, do you realize where we'd be if we didn't have Trey Hendrickson?
I know. I was upset though, but that was the right call though. And I normally don't say that in roughing the passer.
I agree. I'll agree.
But that changed the whole momentum for the Colts. Those two drives
didn't matter.
But didn't matter. No, I know that
did suck right before halftime.
He
they
played
tied the game.
Man with his hair on fire after that. He put Bernard Raymond on his ass multiple times. The Colts left tackle. He ended up with 2 sacks. Plus he had where he got his hand on that one, and then Hubbard deflected B.J. Hill's interception. So that was a pass defense for Hendrickson. I mean, he literally, really. Game-wise, it was basically like a 4-sack game for him because there was the penalty on the tripping, there was the 2 actual sacks, and there was the one that led to the interception.
Doesn't Hendrickson have more sacks now than Myles Garrett?
Yeah,
I think somebody said by half. He's at 13.5. You know who else has 13.5 though? The guy on our opponent this Saturday, Danielle Hunter for the Vikings, also has 13.5. So just saying, we give a lot of praise to Hendrickson. And we did good not to give up sacks. We're on to block Daniil Hunter this week.
Yeah.
13.5 sacks a lot.
But by the way, Trey Hendrickson, he just tied his career high. So, I mean, Trey Hendrickson's clearly
And we
gonna
still got.
I mean, Trey Hendrickson, that contract extension, remember we all kind of questioned it? I don't think we're not going to question that anymore.
No.
4 games left.
And look how much we're paying him compared to what the Browns are paying T.J. Watt and what the Steelers are. I know the Browns are paying Myles Garrett and the Steelers are paying T.J. Watt. So that's a pretty team-friendly contract right there. So I'm cool with that.
Yeah.
Derek, did you get a chance to rewatch the game?
Not yet.
Okay.
Not yet. I'm planning on doing that tonight.
I rewatched it. I rewatched it some last night instead of watching the Sunday night football game, and then I just I fell asleep at some point. I watched the condensed version.
Man.
So I was close to watching most of it, but I mean, I watched it. See, I was at home anyways. When I watch it at home, I feel like I remember most things anyways.
Yeah.
When I'm there live, I need a rewatch. So it's usually a lot tougher.
Oh yeah.
You're cool here.
But I'll say I think we should do game balls. So we'll go around the horn with game balls because we got a lot of stuff. I know Greg's got a lot of stuff. We've tossed a lot of the stats in already, but we can just kind of talk eye test this way too, and then also bring up stats as we go. But Derek, I'll start with you since you've been kind of quiet here, coming in and out on your way home, right? Are you on your way home or on your way to work?
Am I back now?
Yeah.
Okay.
Are you on your way home or on your way to work?
Home from work.
Okay. So, man, shit. You had to get up and already work a full day after going to the game. All right, so we'll kick off with you. We'll let you start offensive game balls, then we'll go to pork chop up to Greg, and I'll go last.
All right, offensive game ball. I'm gonna have to give mine to freaking. You know what? F it. Mine is going to the man, the myth, the legend, Drew Sample, baby.
Because out of left field.
Week after week, man, and he hasn't gotten a game ball yet from us. So I'm going Drew Sample. He's just playing his freaking ass off. And I saw some clips of his pass blocking, and it was like, are you sure this dude ain't a left tackle out there? Because he was just mauling dudes.
I know last week was his highest percentage against Jacksonville, but this week, snap-wise, 67% of the snaps, 40 total snaps. So Mixon got 63%. So this guy, which was good because Mixon's down from 75. So we'll kind of talk about that later with the running backs. I thought that's good because that means Chase Brown's getting more. Chase Brown had 30% of the snaps. So that's good to, kind of get them a little closer. Obviously, Joe still probably get the majority, but yeah, Drew Sample, almost 70% of the snaps because his blocking is so good. And then he even had another catch for a first down this week. So Drew Sample, always been my favorite player.
You're constantly talking about bragging on Drew Sample, Dale. And here he comes.
Good. All he needs is a real opportunity to showcase his skill set.
Yeah.
Yep.
I'm going to give my offensive game ball to Chase Brown. Come on, man. We all wondered what the future's going to hold in our running game, and you got a good look at it yesterday when that fucking guy I think he's the second fastest player in the NFL. They clocked him yesterday.
22. Yeah, I mentioned that a little bit.
Second fastest since they've been clocking in the NFL. He ran the second fastest in the infield and during the game.
Yeah, on-field speed.
And got his first NFL touchdown. So this is
our future. He only had 8 carries for 25 yards.
It doesn't matter. Look what the fuck he did with his 8 carries.
25 yards.
What? The one was a receiving, right?
I'm fucking with Chop right now.
Yeah, it was a receiving.
He was our leading receiver. He was our leading receiver, Pork Chop. Leading receiver, 3 catches, 80 yards, and a touchdown. Phenomenal, man, to get that from a running back on 3 catches, 80 yards, and a touchdown. Explosive. I just fucking with you because
I know
his rushing stats, he got stuff there late in the game when they were keying on him.
You see that? When you said it, that flustered look was me doing math because I thought,
I had to do
yards.
It.
He ran that fucking bitch like 40 yards. I'm like, chop and math don't mix.
Man, I would love if this ends up being the case that Chase Brown is the next James Brooks. James Brooks is such a phenomenal player.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right,
Yeah,
Chase Brown's a great one, man. It's hard to top Chase Brown, honestly, unless you go with another guy here, Greg, on the offense.
Well, two things I've been tossing back and forth. You know what? I'll let you say Jake Browning. I got to go with the Glass Eaters, man. 0 sacks, given up, and all that. Gabe Brown, great blocking down the field. In particular, Cordell Volson, once again, great. I mean, performed well this week and all that. I'm just so happy to see him doing well. We all wanted to see him do well. I know he started out struggling, but the offensive line, man, just keeps going and going and going, man. And like you said, the Colts had 21 sacks last 3 games and held them to 0. If you were to tell me that, man, I would have bet my house that was never going to happen.
Yeah, and had Grover Stewart back, their best run defender, which opens things up for the rest of the guys on that D-line. But yeah, Greg, I think Volson saw that you picked him last week for a game ball, and it motivated him to go out there and play just as well, if not better, this week. So good job, Greg.
You guys are
happy. Hey, Cordell, happy to help you out, buddy. I'll come to North Dakota and party with you sometime out in your farm.
There's a lot to do out there. I saw that fucking where he's from on the.
No, it's pretty cool. Video. I like it. I'll go out there and visit him.
You can go with all 35 people in that town.
Yep.
Hell yeah. Have the whole town
that
party.
Reminds me of home.
I bet it does.
And I will go with Jake Browning because how could you not? I think Joe Mixon, being left out, we got to give him one too. 21. Yeah. I'll say Joe first. 21 carries, 79 yards, a touchdown rushing. And then he had another 3 catches, 46 yards. Joe is playing some great football right now, having Chase Brown as a compliment. So the duo there. I'm going to say that Chop said the duo.
Yeah, the duo. The running back duo.
Backs. Thank you, Chop. So they can both get one.
And I will. Don't forget about Drew Sample.
The ambiguously gay duo. Not that that's them. That's a Saturday Night Live skit.
That's us, actually.
It is true.
Ace and Gary.
That's what we're switching the name of the show to. The ambiguously gay duo.
But there's 4 of us.
Well, times 2.
The ambiguously gay duo.
Math. See what you did? You got me started on math, and this is what happened.
Wow, Job. I'm proud of you. 2 times 2
I know.
is 4.
2 times 2 is 4. I know.
But yeah, Jake Browning, 18 for 24. So we were, had a 350-yard game last week. We're like, where is he? You mentioned that earlier, Chop. Didn't have the great game against Pittsburgh. Had a phenomenal game against Jacksonville. This was the game to be like, okay, who is he? 18 to 24 at 75% completion. Everyone would take that every week. 275 yards, 2 touchdowns, 1 interception, 122.7 QBR, and a rushing touchdown again this week. So shout out Jake Browning. And I thought his finger was broken. Flashbacks to 2015, Andy Dalton broke a finger. Flashbacks to Joe Burrow getting injured earlier this year. I'm just like, son of a bitch, this season's cursed. It's broke. It's just my initial reaction. I'm so thankful it was just a cramp because Jake Browning is playing some great football, and the guys seem to trust him, and everybody's playing good, and the offense is going good with how he's running it. He's very good at play action, too. He sells play action really well.
He goes under center quite often also.
That's play calling.
Mm-hmm.
So, we have shouted out Zach and stuff. We just hopefully it continues next year. But, yeah, so that's the offensive side of it. T. Higgins only had 2 catches, but he had 72 yards, so it was nice to see him, at least get involved. He had a couple drops still. I still think T's got more for us out there. Jamar, 3 catches, 29. Not a lot from him this week, and we still won by 20 points.
Yeah.
That's the impressive part because the running backs and the guys we mentioned, the offensive line, Jake Browning, everybody played great. So let's switch it up, Derek, and I'll let you go first again. How about your defensive game ball?
I'm going to give it to, and this is kind of I don't know if this really should be a game ball, but I'm going to give it to a guy who is starting to shine, man. DJ Ivy coming out there. I know the one play was on special teams, but he was coming out there and going up against Alec Pierce and
on that deep ball,
man. Yeah. And I'm telling you right now that his length, that shit translates, man. If you got that length and speed,
woo! We're back, baby.
That's right.
Sorry, go ahead. I'm excited.
I'm excited about DJ Ivy.
I am too, man. That's a 7th round pick. We were breaking down
Right.
the draft class when Chalk got on. Me and Dusty were talking a lot about the draft class. We are getting so much production. And you can say, yes, Brad Robbins had a rough day, and he's had some rough days. I'm not going to, deny that and say it hasn't happened. But we have gotten production from every draft pick from last season.
Yep.
That's incredible. That doesn't happen.
No.
8 picks, and we've got production at some
true.
point from all of them. It's impressive.
That's right.
All right, so DJ Ivy. So it's wide open for you here, Port Chop.
I'm sticking with the rookies. You already know who I'm picking. I'm picking my boy. Say it, Dale.
DJ Turner, Juan Drago.
Juan Drago. I'm sticking with that guy. Dude, our fucking future at cornerback's looking good, man. CTB comes back with Juan Drago. That's a fucking force to be reckoned with. I think
And
they
DJ
could be just
Ivy.
as good as Leon Hall and who the fuck? Now I got a brain fart.
Leon
Math
Hall,
took out that
Jonathan
part of my
Joseph,
brain.
Jonathan Joseph.
Jonathan
Pac-Man,
Joseph. Jesus
that
Christ.
trio.
Here comes the math. Push the other shit out of my brain. But yeah, dude, I'm not fucking worried about cornerback going into the future because Juan Drago's that guy.
Turner had 3 tackles. Nothing spectacular this week, but he just did his job, right?
Solid performance
You
is
didn't
what I'm
see him
saying.
giving up a lot, and he's
Yeah.
so very
I did
good.
not take the low-hanging fruit. I imagine. I'll leave it for you guys. But
Nah, man,
Juan Drago's my dude, man.
I've got 2 guys absolutely, 3 guys absolutely standing out to me. So you guys kind of let me down because I can't pick 3, but I probably will
Yeah,
anyways,
you
unless
can't
Greg
pick-
at least
you can
takes
do
one
whatever
of them
you
for
want.
me.
No, Dale, and I know who the 3 are. I can name the 3. Trey
Maybe.
Hendrickson, Logan Wilson, and Jermaine Pratt.
No, Logan Wilson is not one of them.
Yeah.
He did have 10 tackles and a pass defense, but Logan Wilson to me has been very hit or miss. He's also had some not so great plays this season. And I love Logan Wilson. I think he'll get it corrected, but I almost wonder if having to being the play caller and not having Von Bell for that this year.
Yeah.
Maybe there's a little too much on his plate. He's still playing great. Don't get it twisted. He's playing good, average, but he's a little more inconsistent than he has been in years past.
Well, I'll tell you what. You know what?
But you take one of those other 2.
I want to say Jermaine Pratt. But you know what? Here's another guy I didn't talk about. And he had a bad game last week. Dax Hill all over the field. I thought Dax Hill came back and rebounded. He seems like he's back. Got a nose for himself. So I'm going to go back to Dax Hill because he had a very bad game last week, and I thought he rebounded.
Man, you picked Dax. So I do have to pick 3 players. I'm breaking the rules. Everyone gets 1. I get 3. That's the rules.
Is Hilton the other one?
Right.
No.
You get one for each of us.
So I'll start off. I'll make you wait, Greg, for the one you're missing on. But I will say Pratt for sure.
Yeah.
Pratt was going to be my number 1 because I just thought he played the best game I've seen him play.
Yes.
I don't know what
Santori
his
said
PFF
in our group thing that he was graded 79. It's his second best grade as in the NFL.
Okay, so that's awesome. It seemed that way too. He was flying. He was getting in the backfield. He had half a sack, a tackle for loss, 10 tackles overall. I thought he was just shooting the gap and getting in and being disruptive, and he looked really good. So Pratt number 1, Hendrickson number 2. The 2 sacks I already kind of mentioned. He was disruptive. He got tripped on one where he put the guy on his ass. Yeah.
BJ.
Dre got the Colts to bring an offensive tackle out of retirement. So that's what you said it. You said it best, Ronald.
Yeah.
Ronald Best said it best.
Ronald Best said it best.
Yeah. And then my 3rd one though is Chidobe Awuzie. 5 tackles, a tackle for loss, 2 passes defense. Now that he's had to play more snaps and step up, and I just thought Cheeto played his best game of the season. And we need it with CTB out, right? So
yes, we did.
I wanted to shout out Cheeto as well.
I wanted to say this comment though.
You're
This
not even
Sindustries.
You're not even mentioning the. Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I was just going to say, Sindustries pointed out something I was thinking is that if CTB is healthy, Awuzie is kind of the backup because they've been playing DJ Turner.
He's probably leaving, man. He's a free agent, so
sure.
Yeah. I was going to say you didn't even mention the most sure-handed 3 tech in the game.
BJ Hill, yeah. BJ could get one for that phenomenal interception. Plus, he got
Oh, yeah.
Nick Scott out there. Freaking only got 8 snaps, but he almost hurt another one of our fucking players.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I hate to bag on players. I've said that, but Nick Scott's my exception this year.
Yeah.
I mean, I thought he gave BJ a concussion, knocked him out of that game. Thank God he didn't. BJ had a good game too. So
Yeah.
I mean, defense overall. What they did stopping the run, you could give the whole defense a game ball because we said that, right? The Colts, good run game, it sets up their pass game. They're heavy play action, they're heavy RPO. And there was multiple times where we just had tackles for loss in the backfield. Or if it wasn't a tackle for loss, it set them up for 2nd and 10 or 3rd and 10. You know, they got nothing on those runs a lot of times.
Right. And wasn't this offense, didn't they just give like Kansas City or there was another team I can't think of that are right off the top of my dome, but they just gave a perennial AFC contender to Fitz.
Somebody said they were like 8th overall offense or something. That might have been scoring offense or something. They were very, in the top 10 for their offense. So they're heavy on sacks, and they had a pretty good running game and overall a good offense. And we just played a complete game. It was nice to see. Probably the best game we played since the San Francisco game as an overall team. You could take out Brad Robbins' performance, but overall as a team, I thought we played good.
But still, even if you want to leave Brad Robbins' performance in there, the special teams forcing the fumble, I mean, special teams still had a good game.
They sure did. And that's true, Matt. Yeah, I heard that as well. The Colts were 5-1 on the road. So they had been balling out on the road, and we beat them by 20.
Yeah.
And they were solidly in a playoff spot. They're still in it with all these ties and this and that. But we handled them. Yeah. We handled business at home.
I'm not thinking playoffs. Like, let's just keep moving forward, see what happens. Like, it's BS. The Colts still have the spot in front of us, even though we beat them. But I know there's a lot of technicalities with that.
Let me ask you guys a question. So, I'm gonna bring up Ohio State, and the only reason to say, win and you're in, right? With this team, I feel like they have to control their own destiny. They have to defeat every AFC team the rest of the way to get in, correct?
Not
without needing
necessarily.
any help.
Not necessarily. Like, if you lose the Chiefs, probably not necessarily. But I get what you're saying, though.
Yeah, you control your own destiny if you go 4-0 without any help. But like the Colts and Steelers play this week. They play, I think, the game after us on Saturday.
Yeah.
One's going to win, so one's going to get a win. One's going to lose.
You know who's one game behind first place in the AFC East right now?
Jets. Just kidding.
Or not the East, the West. I'm sorry. Whichever division the Chiefs are in.
Broncos.
Yeah.
The freaking Broncos, man. Can you?
Well,
believe
that's not a
crap?
surprise. They're on a fucking heater, man. They can't lose.
If you had told me to begin the year that Russell Wilson, Mr. Unlimited, would be making a move for the first place in their division, I would be like, you're insane, man.
Yeah, I agree, man. Do you guys have any other takeaways from the stadium, from at the game, anything? Any other stats, Greg, that you wanted to mention?
Yeah.
It was cold as shit.
Yeah, it was cool as shit.
No, it wasn't. I had my feet, my hands were warm as shit, motherfucker, man.
Jermaine Pratt.
It was warm in my house.
Yeah, but they're like,
I'll bet.
Like I said, add on Jermaine Pratt last 2 games, 22 tackles, 8 solos, 2 tackles for loss, and 0.5 sacks. I mean, he's just on a roll. I mean, Jermaine Pratt, like we kind of said, was struggling, but dude, he's just on a rampage right now. But I wanted to add on what Joe Goodberry meant by, like, he's comparing what we're doing with what the Dolphins are doing. Like, for example, we're pre-snap motion and movement at the snap. We're doing more running back fake misdirections, an effort to we're moving defenders. We're getting defenders to move more around to create open spaces. We're using combo routes, leave this the second option wide open. We're creating bigger throwing windows, and just like being more like to put it easy. We're not looking so predictable all the time. Like we're throwing, like we're making it more. We're making them think more. Are we going to run or are we going to pass? We're making defenses think more.
Yeah, it's not so one-sided. That's why I keep saying I want to see that continue in the next year because you got to keep the play action doesn't work if there's no threat of an actual run.
Right.
It's an empty play action, and teams are just bringing the house, and they're not worried about it.
Exactly.
Here's a question for you from Crip, Greg. Was those nips cold yesterday?
No, man, I had my heavy winter jacket. I was good to go, buddy.
Hey, that's what I was thinking about Dale Ramey.
Dale Ramey.
Shirtless.
Oh my God.
He had his
He gets
jeans.
the game ball.
I saw the picture that was in the Enquirer, which shout out to you guys. Also in the Enquirer.
Oh, were we?
Yeah,
Yeah,
they
we
shouted
were.
out even the tailgate.
Hey, they said, "What's your
The
first
Rally
name?"
Bengal
I said pork chop.
Dude, Dale Ramey gets a game ball, man. That dude's got balls of fire.
I need to see that picture, man.
Balls of fire.
Yeah,
But
I
no,
only saw
no,
the top half.
I bought
didn't
today's newspaper.
I wasn't privy to the bottom half. I saw the top half out.
But I bought today's paper, and we weren't in it today.
Okay, well, we were on the website or something.
We were on the website, yes.
Yeah.
Oh, it's on the website?
Yeah,
Cincinnati
website, but
Enquirer?
not in today's issue.
I'll have to check it out.
Yeah, we were tagged in it. I retweeted it on the Bengals Bruce, even though I wasn't in it because I wasn't there. It's my own fault.
But by the way, Dale, how do me and Pork Chop do getting people's opinions on Jake Browning's nickname?
It was good, but Pork Chop's dirty mouth got to where TikTok will not play the sound on the video. So
I am the most vulgar person on YouTube. It's been said.
Dale wanted me to go around and ask every
Facebook
stranger what Jake Browning's nickname should be.
Well, there was no Shakin' Jake. There was no Jake Frost.
I love the Jake Frost.
But so another thing for good luck for the rest of the year. Cap came to the game, forgot his shoes. He was wearing sandals and socks. So Cap, man, you know what you got to do
Every
now
game.
for the rest of the season.
Yep.
It's sandals and socks only, buddy. There's no going.
That's right.
We don't make the rules here.
We don't make
too
the
bad.
rules, Cap. But
It's
Cap,
Hey, for
Cap
the rest
forgot
of
his shoes. So for the rest of the season, Cap, no matter how cold it is, you got to wear your sandals and socks, buddy. I'm
know.
sorry.
And you know what? For the rest of the season, no matter how warm or cold it is, I'm going to have to wear my heated socks and heated gloves. It sucks.
Yeah.
It's terrible.
It's
Yeah.
probably not going to be real warm.
Those are my
Sorry.
good luck heated socks. I'm going to have to wear them fuckers and keep my
Yeah.
toes nice and toasty.
It's going to get 71 game.
No, it's going to be 52 come Saturday, so it won't be too bad.
That is good.
Yeah.
You're going to
Now,
be really.
Dale,
You're going
you
to be
need to
sweating.
scour. You need to find some cheap tickets.
I know. I should have just waited and bought Jimmy's the other day. Shit. Like,
I sold them for him.
did they end up selling?
Yeah.
At least that's good.
Yep. He needed someone to buy them, and so there's a couple security guards at work I got to buy them.
That's good.
Yeah, Chop, apparently it's just going to be me and you at the game.
No, I'm
Saturday.
coming.
Greg,
Yeah. Damn,
Yeah, thanks a
Derek.
lot,
Greg's
Derek.
okay.
I bet
Me?
the Bruce is going to be well represented Saturday.
But hey, Derek, I want your opinion
All
on
right.
this. What percent of Colts fans do you think were at the game Sunday? I said 40%. Chop said 25 to 30. What percent of Colts fans?
Yeah. I was thinking 20-25%. It just seemed like there was a lot because on the one side where the away side is, it's just that's where most of them always buy their tickets anyway. So
Right.
there was a big group of them over there, and it just made it seem like a lot more.
hey, also the Bengals staff, they wear blue jackets, so it kind of throws it off a little. I noticed that
Yeah.
yesterday too.
So I was with my brother-in-law, and we were both respectful. We didn't get in each other's faces or anything. When the Colts scored, he cheered. When the Bengals scored, I cheered. Of course, I got a lot of the cheering in the second half. Sorry, JB, but he was not. It was not cool.
Look
with
at
him.
JB.
Yeah,
That's my brother-in-law's name, JB.
I have a cousin
I know,
named
that's why we-
JB.
That's why we said second.
Your brother-in-law's my cousin.
There you go.
Job
Sorry,
trade.
Hey,
Dave.
shout
Yeah.
out to Greg's boss, man. He won that Pappy's. He told me he'd give it to me. So I just want to say, Rob, I really appreciate you, man.
Yeah, after giving the
Just give it to
fireball,
me
he's
free
going
of
to change the
charge.
fireball for the 12-year Pappy.
Yep,
Yeah.
I really appreciate that, Rob.
Yeah, I kind of promised
You're
it.
a
And
hell of
Rob's
a
like,
man.
what are you doing? No, but Rob, congrats on winning the Pappy, buddy. We're
That's
happy
why
for
you were giving him a blowjob. I had no idea. I thought, what the fuck? Derek is giving this man a blowjob,
Not
and
over
Sarah's
the
here
air.
in the
Not over
parking
the
lot.
air.
Yeah, and you're like, I want one.
Right. I was like, what the fuck, Derek? I want one. Derek's got nice, smooth skin. He's
No,
still
so what
young.
happened was Derek was giving out fireballs, and I said to Rob, "Oh, Rob, you owe Derek the Pappy since he gave you a little fireball shot. It's a fair trade."
Yeah, I know. He gave me a fucking pair of gloves, like some orange gloves, and said, "That now you owe me a lamp."
Yep.
What the fuck?
Well,
So
but
he was
Vince
making
got
all
both of
kinds
you.
of deals.
Hold on. David's asking, anybody know where to buy one of those Bengal jersey hoodies?
No
Saw
idea.
Houday Joe wearing one. I asked him, no reply. Or was it just he had the jersey over a sweatshirt?
Probably. I wear my
Sometimes I
jersey
do
over a
that.
sweatshirt too.
But
I'm sure
I'll
it
try
was
to ask.
jersey
I
over
will
a
say
sweatshirt.
this: if you start talking about it on your phone and then you scroll through Facebook, you'll find them.
Well, but you don't know
Yeah.
how legit any of those are. But it will pop up. Yeah.
Yeah.
Pop up.
Yeah. So, I mean, it's only Monday. You hate looking ahead. But, we're 45 minutes in. I feel like we've covered the game pretty well. So we play the Vikings, short week, game on Saturday, 1 o'clock. Paycor Stadium again. The Vikings, with a shootout game, beat the Raiders 3-0 yesterday. Josh Dobbs
The
was
second
benched.
time in NFL history. Did you see that?
Let me
Was
say
it?
this, though. When they put up the first time, I remember that game, and I loved that game. I thought that game was great. It was in Pittsburgh. They just replaced the turf. It was real shitty. It rained real bad, and everybody was sinking in. They couldn't get anywhere. But I watched that game. I thought it was awesome. It was Miami playing at Pittsburgh.
Yep. That's crazy.
Yeah.
And it went into overtime. Like, how does it take you 40 plus minutes to score 3 points?
Shitty field, apparently.
Yeah.
But yeah, so with the Vikings, Dobbs, I don't know if he'll start. Nick Mullins ended up coming in the fourth quarter, made some plays, made a big pass to Hawkinson. And that's probably where you start, regardless who the quarterback is, right? We've had trouble with tight ends, which the Colts don't really have a number one. They still threw one to Mo Alley Cox. They rotate like 4 different guys. Everybody had a little bit of catches, a little bit of action. One that hit off Logan Wilson's helmet that could have been a touchdown to a tight end. That's kind of lucky on our part. But
I feel like we don't have a number one tight end also.
He only got 14 snaps again. He got his huddy-tuddy.
To us,
catches. Right.
To the team, I don't think there is.
No.
Now,
he would get more than 14
Herb,
snaps.
though.
He did get more snaps than Herb, but Mitchell Wilcox got like 6 more snaps this week than
second
Hudson.
most. Yeah.
So that's a little surprising. I mean, Wilcox had one. I know that it's probably the blocking because we're running more in the screen game, and I mean I get part of it, but I just still think Hudson deserves more snaps. He's good. Yes,
it's hard to keep.
Could have been on him, but he come back and made two great plays and a touchdown after that.
Hard to keep Sample off the field though, Dale.
Well, I'm not saying to.
Fucking dude just balls out.
Yeah, there, by the way, right nearby where I work, Sample was signing today, but I was the only one in the afternoon, so I was the only one. I was a one-man crew. I couldn't leave and go get his autograph. I know you're very disappointed.
It's Rob's fault. I'm blaming Rob.
Rob, I mean,
Rob probably went and got Sample's autograph.
Yeah, that's probably what happened. Rob was not at work today. No. My one coworker left at 12:30, so I'm sorry, man. I was a one-man wrecking crew.
Because everybody went to get Drew Sample's autograph.
Right. God dang it.
Hey, I'll tell you what, Rob, I'll make you a deal. If you give me that Drew Sample autograph, I'll give you your pappies back.
Man, Derek, you really love
Dusty.
Drew Sample.
Yeah. Who day, Dusty?
Yeah, shouted out the Bengals Army earlier because I appreciate Dusty coming.
Yeah, you
on
guys
yesterday.
had a hell of a friggin' show. Hell of a show last night.
I'm just saying, if anybody wants one of those Victory Monday shirts, Chop Shop. You can go there and hook it up.
I got one on right now.
Let's see it while you're driving.
Man, Derek, you want to kill him.
By the way, shout out to Derek. Shout out to Derek and Santori's meat. They both had the best meat. I love both their meat. It was so good to chew on.
I told you, Greg loves meat.
Yeah, Dale, you miss having our meat in your mouth.
Yeah,
I know. I needed a break. I've had a lot of
I did get Derek's meat in my mouth, but Santori's, I didn't get hungry until later, So Santori's was cold.
And his mac and cheese.
Derek brought a crotch pot, and he had his meat warming up in the crotch pot.
Derek had warm meat. Santori.
Yes, he had
It's
warm
cold.
meat. Santori's meat was cold, so I had to go with Derek's warm meat.
Well, Derek had a cute little flower crock pot too. I like it. Was
Which-
a very manly crock pot.
Hey,
Derek did that
Don't
like
be dissing
Mississippi
Pioneer
pot
Woman now.
roast.
What's
It's not
that?
the Mississippi pot roast, but he put his own little spin on it. It had
No,
some
but your
spice
pot
in it,
roast was
too.
good, Derek. Your pot roast was awesome. Both pot roasts.
I
were
was just saying, don't be dissing my Pioneer Woman.
good. I know. Sarah,
So
I like that. I do like the crock pot. I'm just kidding.
So Dustin said Jefferson's day-to-day. I saw that earlier. He thinks he'll play Saturday. Then there's this from Magic Miguel, Philippines. Adam Schefter said Jefferson probably won't play Saturday. I don't know, short week, but it sounds like good news for him overall. No broken ribs or anything, or he'd definitely already be doubtful or out. I think the hospital was more precautionary yesterday, and that was his first game back. But either way, right? They got to have someone to get them the ball. Jefferson is a weapon, one of the best receivers in the league. We all know that. So if he needs to rest one more week, I'm fine with that.
Yeah.
If not,
how are the
Think
Vikings
of it for the
7-6?
NFC.
How are the
They're
Vikings 7-6?
Well, they were decent with Kirk Cousins. Now
Yeah.
it's just like I don't know, but they still
Yeah,
win.
they got
games.
on a heater to begin.
3-0. The baseball score yesterday.
I think that when they're in town on Saturday, fucking Jamar Chase is probably going to take Justin Jefferson into the Bengals locker room and show him where his locker will be next year.
Yeah.
Oh, would you let that go?
Oh my God, Chop.
We're not getting Justin Jefferson. You have to go up draft capital and pay him.
Yeah, if
To
if
get a
Justin
Lombardi,
Jefferson
worth
doesn't-
it.
If Justin Jefferson doesn't play, you still got. I mean, T.J. Hawkinson is the highest rated tight end in the league right now,
Yeah,
as far as I think yards and touchdowns.
he's definitely the key. I thought Dax looked a little better against tight ends, but I would like to see DJ Ivy still get a little more action on tight ends.
Yeah. Yeah, let's see what they can do, man. Let's mix it up a little bit.
Jordan Addison's been really good for them as well. You know, if they don't have Jefferson, then Addison's the number one. I think they're really good when they have Hawkinson, Jefferson, and Addison, all three. Then, you know, you've got a lot to worry about. Now, they still need somebody to get them the ball. And I don't know if that'll be Josh Dobbs, Nick Mullins, Jaron Hall. They've rotated a lot of quarterbacks since Kirk Cousins has went down. None with much success.
Kara's going to be taking Jefferson to get a chopped cheese sandwich.
Well, at least Jefferson will get
At
one.
least Jefferson will get one. Yes, I
Chop.
did.
How
Yes, I
much you
did. I
win?
hit that bitch for plus 400.
How much you have on it? What'd you win?
I just had put $25 on it. But it was back in the it was when they just first started talking about the possibility of him being a Heisman, where it was a long shot. I put 25 on it, and one total payout was 125.
I think he deserved to win the Heisman.
Dude,
Also, like, I know they had some losses, but he was far and away like the best individual player to me.
let's be honest right here, and I swear to God, no homer. If our defense matched our offense for LSU, fucking national championship, right?
Yeah, maybe.
Come on, man.
I mean,
if
the
our
offense is good.
defense,
Yeah, but having both to be that great is
exactly.
just hard to do.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like Matt put up something in our chat about they're comparing Jaden Daniels to Joe Burrow. Jaden Daniels' stats if you take out the playoffs and everything, his in-game stats were bigger than Joe Burrow's that year of the national championship. Joe Burrow threw those extra he had 60 touchdowns, but those came in the playoffs and the national championship.
But Jane Daniels hasn't really won anything, would be the argument against
That's
him.
because our defense is fucking shit.
Okay, but you know, I don't remember LSU's defense being like some powerhouse when Burrow and Chase and Jefferson and Thaddeus Moss and then boys,
Good old
Harris
Thad Moss.
Marshall, Clyde Edwards-Helaire. The offense carried, you know, they won. I think that's I don't know. I don't think Jaden Daniels is that good, but I still think he goes in the top 10 this year.
Oh God! And please, you got to agree. Don't go to the north, right?
Yeah, for sure.
Man, that dude's gonna be. He's like
Cleveland
Lamar
don't need a
Jackson on
quarterback. They have Joe
steroids.
Flacco now.
By the way, since we're talking quarterbacks and we're talking quarterback, I know I've asked you guys all this. I've asked other people this. I mean, obviously we're concentrating on the playoffs right now, but dude, if Browning keeps balling out like this, like Santori said last week, You can play with the highest. What we can do is place a second round tender on him, which we will do. But come on, some team out there. If he keeps playing like this, some team out there will make an offer. I just think it's going to happen. I don't care what you guys say. You can say Greg's crazy. I don't care. Some team will make an offer.
That's the key, though. He does have to keep playing like this.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But if he does keep playing like he's playing now, he's playing at like a damn near elite level.
Okay, so
I don't know. I mean, yeah, maybe. I don't know.
Dan,
I'm not going to say you're crazy, Greg. I'm not going to say that because
I'm crazy for different reasons, but that's okay. But like Dan Pitcher, he interviewed for the Buccaneers job. What if the Buccaneers get rid of their offensive coordinator? Say if they hire Dan Pitcher, you don't think Dan Pitcher's going to be knocking on their ear and saying, give me Jake Browning. So I'm just saying as an example, you get what I'm saying?
Yeah, but it's almost like you're giving up. Okay, do you want a kid who's 21 or 22, or do you want a guy who's been around the league?
27, yeah.
27. I just think I think Jake Browning's been great. Big Jake Browning fan.
I want to keep him, but if someone gives a huge offer and all that, I mean, do you just how much are the Bengals going to be willing to pay him as the backup is the question.
$1 million, because I think that's all they have to pay him.
Oh, $1 million? Okay.
The way somebody was saying yesterday, the way his contract is structured, we can keep him here for $1 million.
No, I want to keep him as insurance. I want to keep him. But if I know I can get a second-round pick for him and all that, and if you'd have to think about it at least, right?
Yeah, fuck yeah, second-round pick, man.
Fuck yeah.
See ya.
Hell yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Bye. I mean, I love you. Thank you. But see ya. Second round pick.
But as good as he played, from the flip side of it, as good as he's played, in our destiny year, let's say Burrow's out for 3 weeks in the middle of this season and is going to come back. Wouldn't you like to have somebody in the middle of that season for 3 weeks that you
exactly
for $1 million?
I would
get in the second round.
Dale, I would. It'd be something we'd have to think about. I mean,
but a proven commodity versus a lottery. I mean, how many let's say it was, and no knock on Devin Still. Jesus, we all know what he's been through as a person.
Oh, yeah.
But he was a second round draft pick. And I think player wise, to separate any personal stuff, he never lived up to that billing as a player.
Right.
I'm just saying, but then you have the flip side where you have Tyler Boyd's, T. Higgins.
Dude, we've aced second round picks so many times.
Yeah, we've aced it a lot more.
Not Jackson Carman. Oh, Lord.
But yeah, okay, so let's go Jackson Carman then. Maybe you get a Jackson Carman or you have Jake Browning here for another year.
Yeah. No, that's a heavy debate. But this is a good situation to be in a way, Yeah,
I just want to see the kid keep balling out.
Yeah, me too.
Well, that's what, let's see.
Everything will take care of itself. And whether, he's here for one more year and he doesn't play a game next year and he's just the backup all year and doesn't really play or anything.
That's cool.
He's still going to get paid based on what he's done this year.
Exactly. Yeah.
And he's going to get a big contract somewhere, even if it's as a number 2, because some of these number 2 quarterbacks, I mean, Mike White, right? For Miami, they paid him what, $20 million, 2 years, Jesus $20 million. Christ. I'm sure Jake Browning would love to get a 2-year, $20 million contract after next season.
Dear Lord.
Dustin here says that it's going to be a good test because the Vikings defense is better, but that, it's kind of along the lines of what I'm saying is shit game, great game, great game. So guess what? On Saturday, I expect greatness. Once again, I'm walking into Paycor expecting to win. Yesterday, I was like, let's see what happens. I wanted to win. I was like, let's see which Jake Browning we get. But after the 2 games he put on tape, I expect that we're going to go in there and do great on Saturday.
I do expect to win, but I 100% agree with them because they are a top 5, top 10 defense, different metrics, different things. So, and I'm sure we'll talk about that more during the week. But like opponent points a game, 18. That's number 5 in the whole league. So regardless of who they've played this year, they're not giving up a lot of points. So they're top 5 when it comes to that. Opponent yards per game, they're 10th overall with 311. Opponent rushing yards game, we're starting to get a run game going, right? It's been nice. Well, they're 5th against the run. So they may make it to where their defense plays so well and they stop the run so well that we're making it one-dimensional and putting it in Jake's hands that he's got to make big throws.
Yeah.
Now, that'll be another test because the screen game, the run game has opened up a lot for the pass game. If it becomes one-dimensional and he's got to throw the ball to win it, that is a little bit unproven right now.
Yeah.
I'm just like, trying to give both sides of it. Now, I do think the way we've played, the way Jake Browning's played, I think we should win that game. I don't think they can shut us out like they did the Raiders. And really, if our defense plays as well, we might shut them out.
Ivan Pace going to be on fire because it's a homecoming.
That's right. Ivan Pace. And no, Chop, you were all over him. Ivan Pace is just balling out like crazy.
I wanted him so – when he went undrafted, I was like, please. I had 2 names that I wanted to pick up on the free agency after the draft. It was Ivan Pace and Keaton Mitchell. And both of them are fucking doing great.
Well, and Ivan Pace, per PFF, which I know whatever you want to say about PFF, but this week, highest graded defensive player so far this week before the Monday night game, Ivan Pace, 92.9 grade this week at linebacker. 92.9.
Which admittedly he wouldn't have done that on the Bengals because we got Jermaine Pratt and we got Logan Wilson. So he did step into an opportunity out there in Minnesota.
Exactly.
Even
if he was that good, he would not have got that opportunity. He'd be on special teams, a guy probably active on game days, but he would not be getting playing time.
The way he's playing, though, even on special teams, at some point it would have been undeniable to put him in the game.
Yeah. Now that's one of those hindsight things, right?
Exactly.
Maybe we kept Von Bell, we lost Pratt, and we got Ivan Pace in here as an undrafted guy.
Uh-huh. Oh, yeah. As long as Derek's gone, we got our logos up. We shout out to 50 West for sponsoring the show.
Shout out 50 West. Once again, we had some awesome 50 West beer to drink Sunday. Love you guys a lot. We just can't thank you enough what you guys have done for us.
And we only got 2 home games, man. So everybody needs to come and drink this beer or fucking Greg's going to be an alcoholic.
Yeah, Greg will have so much beer in his house.
But I'm just saying.
We got a lot of beer.
Thank you, guys. Thank you, 50 West, so much what you all have done for us. It just means a lot to us. I mean, we're looking forward to it, and we're looking forward to more awesome things in the future with you guys. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Our buddy Tyler here, man. He said, hope everyone's having a good mental health day. He's not really having one. Hey, man, thoughts and prayers with you, buddy.
Sorry to hear that.
Tyler, we love you, man. Hope everything's going well, buddy.
Remember, Jake Browning is the GOAT, and smile. Watch that performance back. Now, I don't. The sports can't cure everything, but sometimes it helps. Never let it get you down.
This Jake Browning's destiny year.
Jake Browning's destiny year.
I don't know.
But yeah, I hope your
day
goes better, Tyler.
Hey, Tyler, we can't thank you enough for what you've done, man. You're a good dude. I mean, hopefully everything's going okay, buddy. Just take it one day at a time, bud.
Yeah, I think this is where Logan Wilson has fallen off a little bit is in pass coverage. And and that's what something he's really good at and usually gets interceptions and this and that. It's just this since early in the season, it's been a little drop off in that. I still am not like worried about Logan Wilson as a player, but if he starts playing better, I think the sky's the limit. I mean, DJ Reader, the run game, they did so good, and they have to keep that up because, like I said, we were like we're 32nd or 31st against the run.
Yeah.
And it was huge that we were able to shut it down, basically. Zach Moss had under 40 yards rushing. He had like 20-something. Brew Crew, baby.
Brew Crew. That's what one of the reporters was down there taking our picture last night or something. They're like, what do you guys call your group? And everybody's like, oh, I don't know. I was like, Brew Crew. Brew Crew, motherfucker.
Brew Crew.
Brew Crew.
I mean, there's Rally Around the Natty as a show, but we're the Brew Crew, Greg. You can get over
Everybody's the Brew Crew.
Yeah. Everybody.
Well, I was going to say Rally Brews. I thought that was a good one.
No, Brew Crew.
Yeah, the Brew Crew.
No offense to Rally. Brew Crew.
Yeah, we love Rally Around the Natty.
Yeah, it's the Brew Crew. Rally Around the Natty is part of the Brew Crew.
By the way, I know we're a football talking team, but baseball. Hey, Shohei, if you have any money, you laying around, feel free to give us some of that money, buddy.
Well, 10 years, $700 million, deal to the Dodgers. Dodgers trying to buy another championship. That's what they're known for now.
Yeah.
The net worth of the Castellini for the Reds is like $430 million. They just gave a guy $700 million. That's so mind-boggling.
Well, no, they owe him. So it's a Bobby Bonilla contract till he's 49 years old. Dodgers owe him $49 million a year.
Wow.
Yeah, no. So think about this: per game, he's making $432,000 per game.
Yeah.
Not a bad deal.
I've always been a big fan, Shohei. I'd like $1 million.
Funny thing is, I pronounced it wrong when I was with Santori and Kieran. I said Shoni Antoni. Like, Greg, he's not Italian. I thought
Shoni Antoni.
Shoni Otoni. I can.
Hey, make me a pizza, Shoni Antoni.
Shoni Otoni. So it's Otani, right? It's Shohei Otani. Yeah, I finally got it right.
You did it, Greg.
Yeah, but I thought it was Shoni Otoni. Like, what? So yeah.
Well, boys, I don't really have nothing else because I don't want to give away too much before, another episode.
That's good timing. I just put in our private chat that my grandson's here, and I might go see him for a couple minutes before I jump in the shower.
Yeah, I know. Wednesday, I don't know if I'll be on or not. I might be, might not. We'll just see.
We'll see.
The girls have like a Christmas band thing for Wiley, so.
Oh, what instrument she play?
God, you shouldn't ask me that. I can't.
Oh,
she's percussion.
Oh, okay.
Like drums and
nice.
I played trumpet.
Chime things. So.
I was terrible at it though.
Man,
if I was to guess you blew a horn, I was going to guess it was Kieran horn.
No, you know what happened to me? I had a bloody lip from a trumpet because some girl in the color guard hit me in the face with a flag, and my lips started bleeding.
That's when Greg retired.
Yep. Yeah. That's when I'm like, I'm done.
Now
you got injured.
The only horn Greg blows now is Kieran horn.
At FCC games when there's free booze and
Kieran's yelling, "What's the business, bro?"
He still does not know. He does not remember saying that. He still denies he ever said that.
That's because
and for you FCC fans, who is the MLS Cup champion? Oh, that's the Columbus Crew.
Oh, that's because the refs
the original
when we were 2-0. That's because the refs fucked us when we were 2-0.
Sure.
I'm just kidding.
Sure.
That's because
at least I got to watch. I couldn't even watch that game. At least this game.
Man, I watched that game, and what they did was they ran Acosta to death. That dude couldn't even play in the overtime. He was just standing on the field. He was so tired.
He plays.
It's Kieran Horn's skin flute.
Yeah, he plays the horn. He plays the horn's flute.
Yeah, he plays the horn. He blows the horn a lot. The Kieran horn.
Yeah, his skin flute. Yeah, I don't like their collars either, Tyler, but they were the original Ohio team, so that was
stop it, Dale.
What? They were,
but come on, you're not an FC guy. What the hell?
You can't jump off. All right, look, I'm with Dale. Look, I'm FC, but you can't just because they make a team, you can't stop rooting for your team. Dale rooted for, and literally, Dale.
What if they bring back the Portsmouth Spartans, who ended up becoming the Detroit Lions? Back in the day, Portsmouth had an NFL team in the 20s and 30s.
Right.
Well, how far are you? How long does it take you to drive to Columbus, Dale?
Like two hours.
How long does it take you to drive Cincinnati?
Like 2 hours.
You're a free agent between here and Columbus.
I'm just saying though. But like, if Portsmouth got a franchise back, which this will never happen.
Can you imagine if they did?
I'm just saying. And then it's like, how could I leave the Bengals?
Right.
You know?
If Portsmouth got a professional football team, it'd be like in a high school stadium.
Right.
There'd be like fucking 50 people on the home side.
Well, Dale, I want to talk something about Portsmouth. They said
I'm going to jump off here, though. You guys finish talking. I'm going to go see my grandson.
Yeah, we're going to end it soon.
Hey, I love you guys. And who day?
Love you, bro. No, Dale, one more thing. I looked up. They said like top 10 Christmas celebrations, and Portsmouth was number one. There's like a big Christmas celebration they have every year.
Yeah, they call it Winterfest now.
That's what it is.
It's only been the last few years. They bring an ice skating rink and put it down there and just the whole.
No, man, it was number one in Ohio. And number one, I saw that, man. I'm like, so I had to ask you about that.
I mean, I don't think anything should be number one.
No, but no, that's awesome.
Hey, we're killing it, man.
Hey, Dale, I'll head up there. We can go ice skating together.
You have to hold my hand. I don't think
I will hold your hand, man. We'll ice skate, hold hands.
I'll be on the rail too.
Yeah, I know, dude. I can't ice skate worth shit, man.
That would be bad. Somebody have to record that content.
Yeah, exactly. That
Two of us trying to ice skate together.
Exactly.
But hey, appreciate everybody for tuning in. Great victory Monday, man.
Hooday!
Did their job. We did our job as fans. We were all there supporting them, me included. I wasn't there. But